If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Wednesday, November 28th, 2012. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. We at Swimming World love to tell you the news that a new swimming team is about to start, and that's about to happen at the University of West Florida in Pensacola. Today, joining us in the Finis Monitor is the head coach of that team, Andrew Hancock. Andrew, good to see you. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
So I'm doing great. So as I said, we love telling people about these new college teams that are showing up, especially, every year we get news about college teams falling by the wayside. So tell us the history of how the swim team got started at the University of West Florida.
Well, I mean, it just kind of evolved. The university's in a pretty heavy growth phase, and the athletic department's growing along with that. We have an indoor 50-meter pool here, probably one of the better facilities in the state, and it's never had a college team. So the athletic department decided they wanted to add a women's sport, and I guess in kind of seeing what they had facilities-wise and seeing the connection obviously with the sport in the state of Florida, that in their wisdom they chose swimming to add.
Well, I'm sure you probably jumped at the opportunity to be able to start a team from the ground up. What are your expectations for this team when it starts next fall?
I think the teams here are very successful, very competitive, and so the long-term expectation is I would think hopefully we can have an impact or at least an influence at the national level. In the short term next year, I think we just want to have fun with it and get good people and lay kind of a good culture, put a good culture in place so that, even if we have to grow the fast swimming a little bit over the years, at least the fast swimmers will come into the right environment to help them succeed. So it's going to be kind of fun. Obviously we've been talking to a lot of people on the phone and just kind of getting the word out there. And the thing I always say is we don't really know what's going to happen, which is kind of scary and exciting all at the same time.
And you already got your first swimmer signed for your next season. Tell us about being able to recruit her.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I thought and figured when I did come here is that there were probably people who were very, very good high school swimmers just on our campus. And hopefully, we were able to find them and incorporate them into the mold or into the team. There's definitely a lot of people who fit that category, and the standout is Cheryl Corvo, who we announced last week as the first official member of our team. Cheryl's from this area. She's from Fort Walton Beach, which is about an hour away from Pensacola. Swam for a season at Florida Gulf Coast University, did great there, was on a championship team, and came back just to be a little closer to home. And so she'll join us next year as a senior. Which personally I'm excited about because I wasn't sure if we'd have that kind of leadership and experience in a first year. But Cheryl's just a great student, great person. She's a strong swimmer, and so I think she ticks all the boxes that we would have wanted in our first ever athlete.
Have you got your coaching staff all picked out yet?
We have not. No, we'll see if we can settle on that in the summertime. We'll kind of look at the size of the team and look at who's out there. So right now it's just kind of me wearing many, many hats, as you can imagine.
Well, I'm sure, like I said, the team starts next fall, and I'm sure there's a lot of work to be done before then, obviously filling the team with some swimmers. Tell us about some of the other things that you're going to be busy doing between now and next September or August.
Yeah, well, I mean, recruiting is the obvious one. And that ties into just getting the word out there in general. So we've been trying to get the word out there, obviously to high school athletes around the state and around the country, but also just the community here in Pensacola, which is traditionally and historically a very strong swimming community, and so just trying to get to know people that way, and even expanding that down into the state. So there's definitely been a lot of work just kind of behind the scenes just to help kind of get the word out there a little bit. And that's I think been the primary focus. Obviously, there's all those little non-glamorous things that we have to do as well. We have to get the facility ready to host a college team. Right now, obviously, it's a great body of water, but we really want to make it feel like home when the athletes step on campus. We're trying to get everything into place, even basic things such as equipment ordering, things like that. Just trying to start getting that ready so that, when the summertime comes around, we can really hit the ground running and have that all in place when the athletes arrive.
And what division will the University of West Florida swim in?
We'll be Division II. Division II, and I think it's a good opportunity for us to really maybe have a good competitive situation.
Well, Division II is always a very competitive league, and I know that they're always very supportive about adding new colleges to the list of competitive teams out there. So I'm sure they'll be welcoming you with open arms pretty soon.
That seems to be the case so far. I mean, obviously we've spoken to a lot of people already around the country, and everyone's very supportive of us. A lot of people who are in the situation have maybe started teams in the last year or two have been very willing to give advice, and I'm, it's been very, very helpful. It really makes you feel good that the people aren't looking at you, from a competitive standpoint rather than just from a swimming as a whole standpoint, that I think it'll be good for the sport.
Well, we've been talking to you for a few minutes. It's kind of pretty obvious you're from Australia. Tell us about your swimming background over there.
Well, I mean, I was an age group swimmer in Australia from way back, and was on, some state and national meets and things like that. I was fortunate to come through at a time when Australian swimming was obviously pretty well known throughout the world, and so I got to see kind of firsthand some of the big swimmers that we had, 10 years ago, such as Ian Thorpe or Grant Hackett, kind of through, watched them develop from, 12 years of age when they were already still pretty good, and so that was a lot of fun for me. And I went in a very different direction, but one that I'm very happy to have done. And
what brought you here to the United States?
I came over to swim at Cleveland State University, so I swam for 4 years at Cleveland State, and subsequently coached there as well with my alma mater under Coach Wally Morton, who's been there for many, many years, and definitely is he's an institution there in Cleveland, no doubt about it.
I'm sure he's going to be on your speed dial a lot as you're starting up this new program, looking for some advice from him.
Absolutely. I mean, what a great source of information. Someone with, he'll always, the number varies every now and then, but definitely over 40 years of experience in college swimming in one capacity or another. And, he's definitely seen it all. And someone, I'm very fortunate to have his support and have someone we can turn to if we need advice, or even just to chat about how things are going,
What got you interested in wanting to be a coach?
It just kind of evolved that way. I didn't originally plan to be a coach. I graduated from college and headed to Chicago to make millions on the stock market. And strangely enough, that plan didn't quite work out. But while I was up there, I got into age group swimming with the age group program at Northwestern, and just realized that was a part of my day I really enjoyed and really looked forward to. And one thing led to another, really.
Well, you probably are sleeping a lot better at night now.
Little bit, yeah.
Well, Andrew, I appreciate you talking to us today. We're really looking forward to seeing University of West Florida represented nationally. I know, like you said, you got to start small. Every team has to start small, but we're confident we'll be seeing a lot more of you on the national level pretty soon.
I sure do hope so. Thanks so much for having me.
All right, good luck down the road.
Thanks a lot.
All right, so that's Andrew Hancock joining us from the University of West Florida, a new team that will be starting in the fall of 2013. And that's going to do it for today's Morning Swim Show. As always, we invite you to join us at swimmingworld.com, on Facebook, or on Twitter to keep up with the latest news. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.